I got the book. Can you read this?
I'm in the book.
Oh god. Is it okay?
Well, I can see the letters and
Yeah, no.
I just don't know
It's
what to
different
say.
for me than other people looking at it. It actually has her spells in it. It actually has her spells inside, so I can look up what the spells do if I need to. But to everyone else, it has just gibberish.
So wait, can I see?
And it's multiple pages too.
I look like nice. So how'd you get that to work?
It
So we
is
can see the thing
decals.
you got?
Decals.
Decals.
And then I just
okay.
animate what decal is showing, and there's a separate decal for me, is local versus not as local. So.
Fucking nice.
What the fuck? Oh, you have a coin bug.
Yeah. Check it out, I got a book now.
Hold on, I gotta turn on my.
Oh yeah, I
legs
can
and my
turn the
hands.
pages too.
I gotta like resculpt my hands again because I'm noticing they're like kind of misshapen.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, and it's got an animation for when it like gets
So I think
summoned.
the palm is like too short. Oh, sorry.
Punch.
Oh yeah. Also, you wanna know something? Fun Easter egg. To everyone else, they read gibberish. To me, I made it so I can see what the spells actually do.
Oh yeah.
So you guys see different stuff than what I do.
Schmillingham?
And I've got 3 pages. Well, technically 6.
That shit looks like the battle pass.
Battle pass.
Yeah, that shit looks like the battle pass.
Battle pass.
Oh, I forgot to key.
That's
There's
what
actually
I'm
supposed to be 4 pages, so it doesn't have everything. And I can switch books.
Yeah, you do.
Wow, 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 wow. I can hit people with it too, if I want to. It doesn't have any effects, but I can. And you know how Marge is pacted with Ludric? It says, "Beware of the hound, knowledge is power," in Latin, because I went the extra mile.
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
And it's gonna glow when I'm actually doing spellcasting.
What was it? It was pretty chill. I think. No. There was just that one person who kept trying to talk to us, and like I tried to entertain them for a while.
Did you test the new weapons on your Destiny model? I think I uploaded them.
Yes. I know that we're still waiting for sounds. If I'm correct.
I should have put the sounds on there. Maybe I didn't. If I didn't, I need to know because I.
Yeah,
Do they have
no sound?
No sound? Okay, my bad.
And also for the shotgun, no sound. That's
No
it.
sound. Yeah, okay, the sounds should be playing, so I just need to turn them on during the animation. Do you like how the shotgun fires? Because I know you said you just wanted, like, there's a little bit of spread, and it's more as you go out, but it's pretty narrow.
I think it's good. I like more of the focused fire shots, so that way, I'm able to actually just focus down, like, one target at a time.
It's just a shotgun that hits you multiple times in a small area, which is how shotguns should be. This one has a low cooldown, or has a high cooldown for shots because you're supposed to be shooting the. I can probably animate it so the tip disappears.
Like a
harpoon gun.
One, so that way I can. That would be kind of cool actually if the harpoon actually fired out.
I could make it so the harpoon actually fires out, but I didn't get a reference for what the particles actually look like, and I think they're usually just lasers. But I could make the harpoon disappear and then reappear once you can shoot again.
For these in game, it really is just kind of like a pew pew. You know what I mean? It's kind of like lasers or ammo kind of comes out. But if we could shoot at the harpoon, that'd be pretty fucking sick. So that we could actually harpoon.
All right.
But yeah, no, everything else is working just fine and all good. Now that I actually have some like more like simpler guns, so that way it's not just fucking LMG or boomer. So now I actually have some smaller guns, which is really good, actually.
Small recommendation, because I saw, when you swap between weapons, do you have to toggle off the gun and then swap to the other one?
Mm-hmm.
I recommend adding parameter drivers.
Yeah, I could, but it's just not. I mean, I could if you want to, but yeah.
It's not really an issue for me, because I always make sure to, change over.
They're all double-handed, so in character you can't use more than one at a time. And you aren't going to be swapping too heavily, I
Yeah.
imagine. I could, if you want me to, change it to an integer instead of a Boolean. But
Whatever
whatever
you're comfortable with, I'm perfectly fine either way. Because like I said, I always make sure to change between. So sometimes there might be a little bit of a goof where I'm kind of like switching between. I'm just like, oh fuck. But I mean, like it's okay.
Everything at once, and you pull a
not a
trigger
bad
and just goes
idea.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's fucking.
You know what I should go in?
The creature, fucking.
Oh!
Oh no! Oh.
No. Oh my god, that's funny.
Cool.
It actually drops things.
Cool.
Anyway, I'm gonna go and show off my book. Am I sliding? I am.
Oh shit, Minecraft Dungeons?
Can't believe you.
Is that the skeleton from Minecraft Dungeons?
It's just a skeleton.
No, it's a skeleton from Minecraft.
There's no specific.
Hello, Timmy. Hmm?
Let me see if they'll put it in this Tumblr. Tell them it's to go because I'm not physically here. And here's the credits for it.
Don't. It's on me.
Thanks, Norix.
Hey,
I would assume
any,
this is wind.
any word from Fabe?
No, not really.
Alright. Lightning, water, fire. I have no clue what the word is.
Bloodwine.
No, not
Were you
this.
always this green?
Malleus's poison, if you do not mind.
Welcome back.
Might just be the lighting.
It's probably just lighting.
Malleus is poison.
Yes, and can you put it in this? It's to go.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, guess what?
Thanks.
I recently learned
What?
that there's an individual with a
It'll be
pet
15.
I'm staff now.
Thanks.
I just don't have access to anything. Dylan keeps forgetting. She'll
Woo!
remember. I'll remind her later.
She'll do it one day.
I try to forget that is a thing.
Also, be careful. There's cursed coins crawling about from time to time.
Not
One
again.
has itself in my back.
Common monsters.
Yeah, don't let it do that, or it'll curse you.
Ader caught it before it could.
Good. If you see one, just smack it. They aren't very, you know.
Yeah, that's what
Durable.
Ader said.
Yeah, this is my mount. Then it's a little bit. You shouldn't have.
Kinda good show.
that.
You got
Yeah.
anything?
Well, what would the opinion be of me turning a Mizutsune into a shrine guardian? Because there's one that visits the onsen where my shrine's at.
So the thing that people do often seem to forget with them is that
You
they
doing
are
all right?
wild animals.
I'm looking for Fable.
How long you planning to take him
Oh,
out for?
I haven't seen Fable yet.
Maybe, but Mrs. Sune
Is Fable in today?
Aggressive.
Alrighty, that'll just be 150 credits.
It was very calm.
I think he was here earlier.
Soaked in the water and
Huh.
blue bubbles. But not big
He may not be in right now.
Oh yeah, when you're in here.
If he comes in
Is
later,
there something you needed?
there's someone looking for him.
Oh.
Who is it?
Who is looking for Fable? Can I get a name?
My name is Brendel.
Brendel.
Yes, you should. You should always.
Brendel.
Wait, they have to be really responsible. I'm not.
Wasn't of an inquiry
If
of.
you don't have credits, we take
What are you
those
looking
as
for
well.
him for?
All of you should be responsible.
I need help
They
with
have to be
something.
responsible.
He says he needs help with something.
The Grim Markers are on the counter there for you.
That's very vague.
Yes.
There's a lot of swearing.
It may be something he doesn't want to discuss with anyone but you, so it's possible that.
Basically, they become
Okay.
No
Give me like 15.
Okay.
Oi, take a cool.
He says give him 15 and he'll be able to come around.
Alright, thank you. Thank you.
Decided to take the kids out so they can enjoy some off time.
Don't you have, like, an actual kid?
Hello.
Yeah.
You must adore this armor.
Ghosts are stuck outside.
I don't see them.
I can't see them.
Yeah, they,
terrible.
so today is River and her study time. So she's helping to learn how to read.
Oh.
Aww.
When you said the kids, I expected just... I was like, wait, he only has one, but I realized you're referring to your insects. Minus the actual child.
It's a mix. Yeah, no, I'm realizing that I now have
Hello?
many kids. Although it's not like, oh, I adopted a bunch of people. It's I'm growing a bunch of babies.
Bugs.
You like those bugs?
Those
are insects.
What is pregnant?
They're
He
like
said he's
companions.
growing baby.
They fight with me. Although not these guys. They're still so too young.
And now the small one.
You might need to ask for some clarification, because I'm not sure if he's actually capable of getting pregnant.
I don't know.
No, I'm
They,
not. No, I'm not.
you're saying you're growing babies.
You did say that.
Sorry,
but-
sorry. My bad. I'm helping raise these guys. Technically, I helped them grow.
Oh.
There you go.
That's different.
It is different. You're
Very
right.
different.
You're right. That's my bad.
Also, some species will lay eggs, and if they're laying on an egg, they're also growing babies without being pregnant.
Oh.
So there's a lot of different ways that people can raise young. Sometimes they also just refer to animals they're affectionate with as babies.
And then there's seahorses. And seahorses.
Well, yeah, that is a form of incubation, but it's not actual pregnancy.
Seahorses are still weird.
And there are some species where neither species is male nor female until, certain criteria are met. Biology is wild.
Especially.
Some bugs. Yep.
And amphibians.
And flatworms.
Some amphibians.
Yes. And
Probably other worms.
And clownfish.
Worms.
Worms.
If you wanted to come take a look
Worms
and
where?
see if there's any differences.
We were talking about different species and how, when it comes to, like, some being able to get pregnant, like, how some will lay eggs and that's still them growing babies without being pregnant, or certain species that aren't necessarily, like, male, female, or anything until certain criteria are met, such as flatworms, where technically there is no gender.
Yeah. Pretty common in the bug kingdom, actually.
And some lizards don't need another lizard to have babies. They mostly just kind of clone themselves in a sense. It's pretty cool.
There's a couple of species of frog that, if
By the way,
there's
I was
too
doing
much of a
bit more
gender
reading.
imbalance, will
We had gotten
genetically
notification,
reprogram?
I'd say, I think about like last week, about those gravity.
And there
issues
actually
that
are
we've been
cases
finding,
of
and
some
there was
animals.
something weird.
There's cases of birds, lobsters,
So I was digging into it a little bit, right? Because
not
like,
really
dinosaurs
anything
don't
like
really have
mammals that I've heard of,
any
but it's
kind of
possible.
natural predators.
Where one side
So
of
it
them,
didn't
they're
make a whole
actually
lot of sense.
bisected,
I
and
read
one
into it.
side is like the
Apparently,
male version of their
everything
species, and
dug
the other side
into
is female.
with the use of some
But
kind
it's
of
really,
acid.
in some it probably wouldn't be
And there's
noticed,
been a
but in
report or
some
two
like
of
certain
some kind
birds
of
where the males and
fungal-like
females have
carapace
completely
left
different
behind.
coloring, it'll be a very different color on one side versus the other.
Oh,
I've seen
So,
it with birds
what it
and
is,
lobsters,
it's
but I'm
this
certain it happens in other species as
you know
well.
what a wyvern is?
with mammals,
Right.
it's usually not split quite
But
so
it's not
evenly.
a
Kinda.
Yeah, in
Because there
things.
is
You wanna know what? Good
instances
way to
of there
describe it,
being
yep.
both sets
It's
of
this
genetics present,
big one that has a
but it's
giant
not
boulder on its
usually.
back. And when it
Yeah,
gets
most
big
of the
enough,
sapient,
it's
like
split.
most mammals, it's more of an internal thing, but it's not down the middle. But in cases where it's like right down the middle in those species, it's really visually striking.
Is always carrying around a
And-
rock.
A bit like,
over time,
I'm aware that this is
it's
just a
grown
color
to
pattern, but a bit
evolve
like
where its
harlequin
legs,
rabbits
as
that are
well as its
split
bone
perfectly down the
structure, is
middle.
able to
Similar,
hold
yes.
all of it up. Like it's just
Oh.
normal for it. It's a bit slower.
This gentleman was the one asking for you.
Fable.
What's up?
Hi.
Okay, for a second I couldn't perceive Fable. I was so confused.
But yeah,
He just popped in.
Still the same high I've been for the entire year.
kind of confusing.
Let's
'cause
keep that record. No turning to goop.
That helps.
There's not really any bugs so far that could do anything.
Oh yeah, I have a spooky book now.
Are there any acidic creatures?
Yeah?
Eh.
There's a lot.
You're a psychic, right?
Nothing that could do that.
There's also the fact that it said that they're going after Gravios,
Yep.
which most insect.
I haven't learned to cast from it yet, but it'll come.
It will.
I can also just for now hit people with it, and I can just whoosh whenever I want. Very efficient.
Actually, there's not really any insects that
Like
specifically
how
interact with them.
Felly is bonking people with her staff if they're annoying her, or at least bonking a person.
Yep.
And now I have. I don't know if.
But I can just pull it out of nowhere.
That isn't normally in the same
So if I don't want to have a conversation with someone, I just pull it open and I start reading, and they have to leave me alone. It's great.
doesn't recognize it as, you know, the threat.
That is a good deterrent for talking to someone.
Exactly.
This is about as vague of a
Or if I need to hide my face.
constantly struggling with right now.
Always lead to psionics.
Yeah, that's totally inconspicuous. No one will suspect anything.
If you think it is, then
I mean, it's probably about as inconspicuous as.
How do you tame it? How do I?
Yeah.
Being hollowed out.
But these are also glasses of magic sight, so that's fun in here.
That the research notes are calling it is that
Wacky.
Like as if the creatures are kind of being almost.
God, I probably, in a lot of those different visions, I've been told I look really fucked up because of all the weird magic shit I do and because of what I am. I have one friend who has, I'm not sure exactly what his vision works at. Like, he has a lot of different types of vision, but he's like visually blind, so he has to look with his funny visions. And he says seeing me is like a flash bomb, like every single time.
Help it. They're bent.
I say
Sense the flash bomb of magic?
It's not magic, it's just various energies, because I am kind of like a weird planar something.
taking those will probably cause.
Well, in terms of your aura,
The more you push it back, the more probably it's
admittedly,
going to come back hitting harder.
I'm so used to seeing them that I kind of don't see them without seeing them, if that makes sense.
Well, I can only imagine. I'm a very fucked up kind of person, so.
I can't see any of the ghosts in your house.
Yeah, there's definitely some
I can't see the ghosts in my house. That's because
themes where there probably were rips or tears at one point.
I can just see every plane, but I'm not really good at telling them apart, aside from the one I'm on. So I mostly just can tell what's going on with the one I'm on, and there's like an overlay of some colors, and it's kind of just like noise, because I can't differentiate them. So.
I can differentiate them. I just usually don't concentrate on them. It's kind of like having a sound, having a little bit like having tinnitus, I guess, where you just kind of
visual
don't
tinnitus.
consciously register it.
Yeah, that's kind of what mine is. If I could know what I'm looking at, I'd probably have an easier time.
But we do have examples of certain ways that they would
Probably.
and then open.
But
so when it comes to the Gravios,
Gabe's daughter's here, by the way.
Right, because when we looked at
Who's here?
This is a small little journal. It's just small things, really. Things to work
I
on.
didn't hear who you said was here. What's here?
Regular scheduling for like just for your own mental sanity.
Willow?
That's his girlfriend. Her daughter is here.
Jasmine.
Jasmine's here, yes.
Unless it's the other daughter.
I landed on the wrong
In which case, I don't know why she would be here. Yeah,
No,
that's fine.
Copies. You're fine to use it.
She is the least threatening.
It does seem like she's drinking more and more
It's just
of the,
things like routines and stuff like that.
Kool-Aid?
So like keeping
Yeah.
up to eating healthy foods for your brain, doing activities that are good for your mental health.
Some of McKay's children are allowed here. I think it's just because Aiden is allowed here, so she's fine. And of the children, I am least worried about her.
Can be a really bad hindrance as well.
Well, because Jasmine isn't.
Anyone else see a laser sight going across?
So anything that affects your
yeah, Maddie
mind
saw that
or
earlier.
or to manipulate.
Is Ethan just fucking with people by having a laser pointer? It's a laser pointer, isn't it? Okay.
I don't know.
Sort of stuff.
I don't know if it's
I'm just
fully
saying.
matured
Behind
yet,
me, so I can't see it.
But like
Don't worry about it. It just like I noticed and went, huh? Oh yeah, I have this now. For a while when I started being able to summon it, I thought I was still just high, but no, I can just do that. So.
Thank you.
What is this?
A spell book.
Thank you. I figured I'd see.
I have big hands.
Major docket at the moment.
Thank you for this. I figured I'd come to you.
Good Gray, I'll give
For
you
a
that.
professional about this kind of stuff because
A woman never
I
reveals her
accidentally make
secrets.
someone's head explode by simply thinking it or something.
A good thing to do. Focus on something. Limit yourself to something.
Woogity
Right.
boogity.
So, like, a good example is like a happy thought in mind, right? If things get too loud, put some noise cancelling earphones on. Try and focus on something that, like,
Nobody gave it to me.
calming.
I can just
Even if
summon
it's
it.
just ocean waters.
But okay.
I'm on just that level of being a bad witch. I mean, bad bitch. A bitchy witch. A master of bitchcraft.
Yeah. Slowly take yourself off them. Because remember, when you're on drugs, slowly
And now
take
I can
yourself
hit
off
someone with a
them.
heavy book anytime I
Otherwise
want.
you're gonna get whiplash.
Oh fuck! I didn't know what else to do. I was freaking
Apparently,
Of
Dirge
course
is
you
done
did.
with that
You didn't know any
conversation.
better.
I guess.
I know this very well.
This shit scares.
It's gonna be scary. But the more that you can focus yourself, the more easier things can get. Okay? At least while you're in here, you can't do anything, so you can relax. Take the moment to relax. Take the moment to try and ease your mind. Okay? Even go in the library, read some books. You need to. There is books about psionics in the library as well.
All right then.
Huh?
And I'll take this journal.
What?
Thank you.
He's got a finger gun.
Laser pointer isn't.
appreciate this.
His laser pointer isn't.
I know I haven't talked to you much since.
It isn't. He doesn't have a laser pointer. He is the laser pointer. I don't know how he's doing it. It's just coming out of his
He has a laser sight on his finger
So he
gun.
points and goes, pew.
The antlers look nice on you, by the way. Good touch.
Yeah, that sounds like Ethan.
Yeah, the brand
Yeah, it's very. That's why when I'm like, who has it? It's probably Ethan. When I saw him just laying there looking in our direction, yeah.
A bit of both, technically.
I know. Maury was on about earlier about how we and Age were on about earlier about during the siege on the bay that we should respect all our allies and not take this for the chance to
a
shoot
large
them in the
amount
back
of
the head.
what's happened to me is due to dark aether exposure.
I don't think hyenas
Because I
would
was
help
on the
much
main teams that were
defense
dealing with it.
anyway.
So a lot of mutations occurred.
You want to elaborate on that?
I heard about that. The Dark Aether. That was.
And there was a hyena at the town hall meeting for when the Vex are going to be raiding the bay next week.
I was in the
Oh,
war
the
where
Vex
I was
told us
coming
about
from.
that?
It was basically the worst.
No, we figured it
What
out
the hell is it?
Mm.
What is it capable of?
using I think
absolute horrors beyond belief.
The info we got from the thing,
Mutating
yeah.
things beyond belief. Undead, strong enough to
Hmm.
really bulldoze a safe door down. Like,
Hopefully they have time to
fighting
reinforce,
worse than
but
demons. There could be a list of
there's
more
only so
things,
much you
but
can reinforce
mutation
against
was
something
the
that can
main
teleport.
concern. The more that you deal with
Oh,
stuff, the
there's
more
plans
things
and the like.
twist and turn
I've got
against
some
you.
ideas.
If anyone knows it,
Compared
it's
to every other mutated thing around there, you got off a bit lucky.
I did.
I need to learn how to block
Definitely did,
teleportations, but
because
that's a
I'm
type of
not
magic
human.
that I don't have.
I'm not Elven or anything of the sort, so I'm
We
very
went
much
over this
alien.
spell that's really, really useful.
But Ethan, on the other hand, was human. And now he
I need to be able to have it on command.
Yes. We went over the spell. It was
Nah.
something sanctuary. Fable loves the spell.
Garden wards. Oh, you're talking about private sanctum.
The one that stops people from being able to teleport, even if it's over a small area, putting it where in the medical area might be
Ethan
good,
is the
if
one
necessary.
on the beanbag at the far back. He's by the bookshelf near the campfire.
If you see a laser pointer, it's probably him.
For psionic stuff as well.
Really?
Garden wards and private sanctuary, if you cast them in the same spot every day for a year,
I might go ask him.
they become permanent.
I learned about a tower spell that if you cast it in the same spot for a year, you just get a house.
Oh,
I mean, that's useful.
You guys just reminded me, I recently found a magical item. It's a very rare magical item. But it's like one of the most default magical items that just goes under the radar of Faerun. And
Unmovable rod?
No. Rod of security. It literally, by activating it, can send 200 people to a extra-dimensional plane that has healing waters, different types of like benefits. It's like a giant, magnificent mansion. Yeah, but it has everything you need for a certain amount of time while within it. It can fit up to 200 people on the activation.
Ah,
That's crazy.
nuke bunker in a stick.
Yeah, literally. Like, I think of anything, that's like the one item I could think of. Like, if I wanted to save a town or save like a small settlement.
Yeah, he just pointed me back to you. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like. What does Ethan do when he works here anyway?
Wait, no, don't. It's not.
I know. Still excited.
Been booped.
I've never seen you boop someone.
We're doing pretty good.
I don't have a nose.
I find one. It's a threat.
Apparently. Pyre and I are doing good. She's gearing up for something this weekend, but that's about all I know. Other than that, she was too sick to work on Sunday. She's fine, but...
I've just been high all weekend.
No. Understandable. Apparently, she was really stressed last week, and so her body decided this week, no, fuck you, I cease to exist. You're gonna lay in bed for a week.
I wish I could do that if I was stressed all week.
Has Fable ever thought about maybe selling this for an elbow prize or something?
What?
This journal thing he's got?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
I honestly was not listening to you guys' conversation.
Fable gave me this journal to help with psionics, how to deal with them, and it's all like tips and shit.
He probably does sell them, but he's probably would rather give them out since, one, if you have a bunch in stock, they aren't exactly an item that many people need to buy. Oh, I'm dying. And then, two, he just wants to help people. He's a goody two-shoes.
You came back!
I can respect
The dying ceased. But yeah, Pyre and I are doing good.
Wait, we don't have any monsters.
A bunch of insects made me high over the weekend, but I didn't die.
You know what? I'll take it.
Insects make you... What?
Yes, but...
It's an insectoid race that was treating me after I almost died. And whatever they gave me, got me really high. I zooted over the weekend.
I thought you were saying that, like, you were inhaling insects and they made you high, like...
No, unless they're magical.
Don't call them insects.
Well, insectoid... I think most people wouldn't know if I referred to them. Are they not insectoid? What are they exactly?
Crustacean, actually, is supposed to sing the out too.
Aren't crustaceans a type of insect?
That's a fish.
No, crustacean...
Water...
A crustacean is not a fish. Fish are vertebrates. Vertebrates.
I'm gonna head out for now. I got what I needed. Thank you.
If they're separate from insects,
Have a good one.
then...
Here's a tip for the trouble.
Oh no.
Thank you.
What'd you
I
lose?
think I sent Fable too far.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's okay, he'll come back later.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
He was being naughty, so I sprayed him, and he got stuck in the fireplace, and then he got banished.
Oh, he'll get over it.
But he was being naughty.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Are crustaceans insects? And if not, what? I need a way to describe these things.
Technically not.
Imagine that they're crustaceans, and that's why they have their own name.
I don't think they're crustaceans, though. That doesn't feel right.
I don't think
Not
crustaceans
your
are, because it's literally
people.
insectoid.
Not the people you're talking about. I'm talking about crustacean as a
Wait, does that
category.
mean, like, whenever
in
you
general.
see, like, Vic walking around with the bug armor, you might get a little hungry sometimes?
They're arthropods.
Yeah, I think that...
They are arthropods.
Which is a type of bug.
Which is also, bugs are also arthropods.
Fuck it, yeah,
No,
we'll go
they're-
with arthropods.
Because if I said...
Chitin. They have chitin not in... insectoid.
Then the hunter comms or the research comms?
I mean, some bugs have chitin.
Drax.
I have chitin. Kind of.
Yeah, there's also a bug talk
Chitin's a
over
fun
there.
word to say.
Crustaceans are crustaceans are bugs.
It is.
No, they're arthropods!
I've never met an elixir that's been a dick to me once ever.
Mm.
They've all been really nice.
Yeah, if I go to most people and say elixni, they will not know what I'm talking about. But if I just refer to them as arthropod people, I feel like, I mean, that's more clarifying, but also very confusing.
I don't think she will, but
I mean, alright.
I know she won't.
To say aliens, I don't know.
I could say
they're
aliens.
I don't think we can really
Quantify them with Earth biology because they're not from Earth.
That is true, I forget
Yeah.
that. I don't interact with a lot of aliens, so that's not normally... Isn't it weird that I interact with extraplanar stuff and I more easily understand that, but as soon as you go intergalactic and stuff, I'm like, oh.
I seem to be fairly well quantified on intergalactic stuff to say that I hate going in space.
I do prefer being...
Fair enough.
space, actually.
I prefer interplanar than interplanetary, honestly.
See, well, the thing is I'm not even from this planet. So,
Technically neither am I, but we got here through a portal?
I'm from Ohio.
mine was via shuttles.
I just changed continents.
I'm from a planet called Helion, which is a desolate planet with nothing on it.
I'm from this weird place that neither you two have ever been to before, or not really that familiar with. It's called Saphira Industrial District.
Homegrown.
Homegrown industrial boy right here.
I spend most of my time in Waterfront anyway. Hardly feel like I'm industrial. I can breathe properly now without wheezing.
Sometimes I don't know if I still need to breathe, but I don't want to test that. Because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna
You
die.
still need to breathe.
I think I still do. Probably.
Okay, well, keep in mind this, right? I
If
spent half my
you
life...
feel the need to breathe, you probably still need to breathe.
Well, I still
I
feel...
spent half my... I spent half my time on the planet, and then the other half I spent in Zafira. So technically speaking, am I just like... Am I the equivalent of like a transferred Zephyrin?
Transplant? Possibly.
Well, I've been here more than like half my life for like Zephyra.
No, Taurus.
If your biology
Okay.
still
How many times have you been assaulted by scrappers?
fits... If your biology still follows basically moth biology, moths do need to breathe.
Still not enough.
I'm not actually a moth.
No, but if your biology mimics anything that moths have, moths do need to breathe. I literally prefaced that with, if your biology follows moth biology at all.
12.
True, but I still have a desire to eat regular food, but it doesn't actually do anything for me. I get no energy nor nutrition from it.
That's fair.
I sleep with my gun pile.
Ethan is,
I sleep in my gun
Ethan
pile.
is tiny.
He's in incognito mode right now.
Marge, as a fellow true Saphirian, you also sleep on your pile of guns, right?
What do you mean true Saphirin? I'm from Ohio.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're not Saphirian either.
You're the only one. Well, actually, no. Vic is also a true Zephyrin.
He is.
That is the only other one.
We are 100% falling into the no true Scotsman fallacy.
Like, okay.
At what point are you Saphirian?
This is a good point.
The point when you start seeing people murdered in the street and going, yeah, that's normal.
That's very true.
Then I hope I'm never a true Saphir in that instance.
I came from tundras.
No offense.
Frozen wastes. Freezing cold all the time.
Sounds lovely.
It
It's actually
was.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Except for like the blizzards
Where I'm from.
that destroy everything you build.
I'm gonna retire into a forest and nobody better ever bother me or I'll turn them into a frog.
I'll bother you.
I'll also
Get
believe you.
frogified.
Out of principle.
I
Huh?
can't get any uglier than this, so I'll take it.
I'll just send you care packages of sweets every once in a while.
As long as they're chocolate-covered bugs or other similar food. I don't think the post office will deliver them to me, though. That's the thing, I say I want to retire in solitude, and then I have like 20 people saying they want to join me. So I'm gonna be like, I want to be alone, and then a small hamlet joins me.
Will pop up around you. I'll just either train a bird, or I will send
It'll probably just be Nathiel, honestly.
Yeah, I'll just get Nathiel to bring it to you.
What do I put in?
Hang him up on the lights, yeah.
Yeah, hang him up,
I can't believe Maury's hanging me.
But a frontier hunter has been the one teaching me.
I can't believe you can balance on that. Impeccable sense of balance you have.
He can also make himself... Yeah, if he wants light as paper, it makes it much easier.
It's like a small coin, and he'll either stick to it, or... Oh no!
Oh, you're in his back pocket now.
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is kidnapping, but...
And we all just let that happen. Yep, okay.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
He can always just...
I mean, he's a small boy. He can take care of himself.
Run away. Can always just resize back to normal Ethan size, and then he won't fit in Dirge's pocket anymore.
Yeah, but then he rips Dirge's pocket, and what kind of a homie does that?
Well, he'd have to climb out of the pocket first.
Yeah.
There's a certain weird kind of, almost like, how do I best word it? It's not a chemical, but like, maybe. It's really hard. Yeah, it's
Apparently, a strand of hair was falling in my face in a weird way.
Oh, I hate that. I'm immune to eyelashes in my eye now, because I don't have eyelashes or eyes.
That's a very good thing. This having my hair like right at the edge of my eyes was weird, and then I had it for a long time and I got used to it.
They imbue the weapon.
I could grow my hair out, I just kind of like it at this length.
The way the dual blades do, basically generating energy and charge.
I say I'll cut my hair when I kill Malleus, but like...
Don't ask where Ethan or,
Please tell me you didn't drown him in the fountain.
No.
Okay.
Never do that.
Did you drop them in the fountain, though?
No, I have not done anything involving the fountain. What?
White, making you more agile.
I just made the conclusion of why they said chicken jockey.
What?
They're undead.
What?
Pure strength. But it's not to
Ethan, probably.
Where it's kind of like wild aggression.
No, Ethan's not undead.
So to say, he's not a... Yeah, he's... I don't even know what he qualifies as. If he's made of paper, is he... He's more of a construct than an actual thing that can technically die. I don't know. I'm actually not even certain what my lifespan is at this point.
I would have set him off. I did set him off.
Oh god.
Come here, Maury. Come here, Maury. Come here, Maury.
They brought this upon themselves.
They did.
What, can Maury just shrink people now?
And also...
He could just press the digitation a fart in their face.
Yeah, I could. Oh.
I also just know better than to get in Ader's way.
Oh yeah, there's also hunter arts.
In general, don't get... You don't want... He won't do that. He'll do something that'll make you live with the consequences.
Good point, yeah.
Making fun of any of the people that work here if they're a spellcaster is a bad idea when you can't do anything against it. At least if he tries to do something to me, I can just... So...
Did that nope when you did that?
I watched a Kinsect take down an Anjanath.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I love that more than I love that. That's amazing.
Well, what kind of a noise is it supposed to make?
Exactly that noise. I just wasn't expecting it.
Barrel into them and then start zapping all around and smacking them. At one point, I watched the Anjanat's whole entire like nose part just break from one of the hits. It's crazy.
See, a lot of magic doesn't.
We need the fire department. Ethan's stuck in a tree.
He can get down. He can make himself out of paper and float down. No. Do not save him. He needs to find his own way down. He can just fold himself into a little paper plane and just...
Well, also, if he's made of paper, he can use squirrel logic. Squirrels are so tiny and lightweight that they can literally fall from any height. It won't hurt them.
Yep, same with ants. And a lot of bugs.
It's wild. You would think that squirrels are too big, but no.
It's wild, just like monster hunting.
I think you should do a similar thing that I did with this.
I haven't understood a single thing they've been talking about for the past, like, 20 minutes.
I understand some of it, the little bits I pay attention to. I don't know.
The past hour.
Apparently, the first creature I ever fought when I went there was like one of the things that eats his hardest creatures, so I feel like from now on it's just going downhill. If I survive that, I can survive anything. Though I wouldn't mind just hunting things that I'd actually be able to eat afterwards. Like other arthropods. Now I know how to specify.
We learned a thing.
Well, I knew the term, but I'd forgotten it wasn't at the forefront of my head until I read it and went, oh yeah.
You can also eat nectar type things, yeah?
Nectar type things? You mean plants? No.
Yeah, well, I meant like liquids.
I mean, I can, and it tastes good, but I won't get anything out of it.
You only get energy out of arthropods. Huh.
And spine fluid, but I don't like that.
I can't imagine spine fluid tastes good.
It doesn't.
Maybe we need to find a way to make flavored spine fluid.
In general, I only drink it when I really need to. I still have a lot of bug stuff that I, honestly, when I eat bugs, most of the time, I'm like, I'd rather not be eating this, but I kind of need to. I do like some, like, crabs and lobster and, like, other crustaceans, but, like, those are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Like, my lizard brain is going, this is what I need to survive, but my me brain is going, ugh.
I think shrimp are also...
Yeah, crustaceans.
They are crustaceans, okay.
All crustaceans are arthropods.
Yes, this tracks.
So I can eat crustaceans and bugs.
There are cultures where bugs are a delicacy.
Yeah, I just didn't grow up in those cultures, so I don't have a taste for them. Also, keep in mind, I was a vegetarian for like a year and a half before I started having to eat bugs.
Understandable.
So I still have the mindset of a vegetarian. If they're ground up and used, like, mixed in with something, it's not as bad, but... I mean...
Maybe we can make bug protein.
Yeah, I eat a lot of bug protein mixed with stuff.
That tracks, but it tastes better.
I also prefer, like, the bugs ground up too, because then I don't get, like, legs and stuff and chitin caught in my teeth. It's not pleasant.
No.
There's some stuff made out of bugs that I like, but it's always the things that are, like, sweets and desserts.
Understandable.
And, like, some of the stuff in, like, when I went on the monster hunt was tasty. Like, there's this one giant grub, and it got a bit cooked when I got a little cooked myself, and it was actually quite delicious. So I think one of the big things is just finding the right stuff. Also,
Makes me think of...
like I said, lobster and shrimp, so the seafood dishes at the Iron Grip are also really nice.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but if I can't hunt, I don't really want to go order them, because that's how you kind of pay for it usually, is by hunting.
Yeah, that tracks.
Be careful, right? Walk on, like, steady stones.
Also means that I believe if you went to the Atlantis, there would be a couple things you could eat.
Yeah, but anything in Zafira is going to get really expensive if you need high-quality seafood.
They mitigate some of the costs by having their own fish farms.
Including lobsters and other crustaceans and shrimp. Usually that stuff's pretty expensive. It's kind of hard to grow them.
They have shrimp. They have a shrimp platter.
Oh.
I don't remember what it costs off
I'll
the
have
top
to check
of my
the price
head,
on
but
that then.
It's under 100 credits. I know that much. 50 maybe?
50 credits? How many shrimp?
It's like
I'd only need 2.
50 credits for one meal is quite a bit.
I don't remember. I legitimately, my brain can't come up with the actual price.
And it's not like for 50 credits, I want something that'll feed me for several days.
I don't remember. I can find out though.
No, it's fine. It's not really that urgent. I don't really get a chance to go to the Atlantis anyway. Nightclubs aren't really my thing.
Yeah, that's fair. But now not remembering is gonna bug me.
But yeah, Nathiel's mostly been making stuff and mixing in ground up bugs. I mean, he is a bird, so we get to share stuff together, but...
Catching bugs is easier when you're a bird.
Well, it's more that we both can eat bugs as our main source of protein. It's something that both of us are naturally able to do.
Ah, that's fair.
And when I'm, like, in the field and I see... Like, whenever I see anything that's insectoid, I feel a part of my brain going, food. Which, in some cases, I go, oh my god, please don't do that right now. Like the giant ones on Vic. I try not to look at them. I know I shouldn't think of them that way, but it's that, like, voice, that's the instinct in the back of your head that goes, that's food, and you go, like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I feel that.
But in the field, if I come across a bug, and it's trying to fight me, I've definitely eaten some bugs that I'm like, I probably shouldn't be eating this, but I'm immune to disease, so I'm gonna eat it. Definitely some strange flavors.
I hate them. Well, it's a good thing I'm the one that wants the armor then.
I have no idea what just happened, but everything got really awkward over there.
Me neither. Something upset him. I was worried it was something I said, but I'm like, yeah.
No, I think Vox did something. But I don't know what.
Piss and throw up. I hope you're happy.
Okay. I can't smell any of it.
Yeah, but the rest of us can.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you better be. No, I hate Congolalas. I hate Congolalas with all my heart, with everything within me. One shit on me. Actually, no, 2 have shit on me now.
That was the giant, like, ape thing, right?
It's the pink one that poops.
Oh, that was awful!
Yeah. There's a gold one. Yeah, hi.
I'm going.
You going? You going home?
Armor would look the same, but the pink furred beagle.
Yeah? You gotta wait your home safe?
Theoretically, you can also just dye the...
But I want it all natural, like me.
There's also a gold one that shits so hard that sometimes it spins in a circle and spreads its shit everywhere.
What?
You know
That sounds fucking hilarious.
I never want to fight that. I never want to fight that. This one time when I was out in the field, we came across a large pink ape, and it just kept farting.
25 credits.
25. Okay, that's not as bad. Still expensive, but not as bad.
I was way too high.
I'm pretty sure. What's that word? Where you're like, not water.
It is cooked and chilled shrimp on ice with cocktail sauce, apparently, is what Pyre says.
You want to know what?
My clothes aren't though.
It is in fact one of their less expensive
Does
things.
look kind of cool. But if you want to go and just punch poop monkeys,
They have a few things.
Pooping so much.
And they can look into getting other stuff too.
Yeah, but I also make a point of also avoiding Palace. I just...
No, that's fair.
I unfortunately have beef with too many councilmen.
Also understandable. This is a section that basically might as well not be in Palace, according to Pyre.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, 2 of those councilmen weren't councilmen when I first made beef with them.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The way that they used to grow was depending on the type of jelly.
One of them was LF, and the other one was, Jonas. So I guess it's much less intense beef with Jonas. We just don't like each other. But we aren't actively trying to kill each other.
No. That's fair.
They could grow into lady towers, gleam beetles, fleet.
Pyre really doesn't like him.
He's an asshole.
She tolerates having him to be around, but
he acts like he's better than everyone. And is always the smarter person in any conversation. He's very full of himself.
She said that she had to go to Hemwick once for the agency, just one time, and it wigged her out so bad she said she was never going there ever again.
Yeah, that's the kind of effect he has. He talks very pompously, and he's just very good at pushing buttons, and I'm a person that's very bad at not just saying my mind when people annoy me.
Understandable.
Why I utilize the older ways of growing them, so that way they all still carry their elemental uses.
He's a powerful person, but we just don't get along. But I think he just avoids me and I avoid him, pretty much.
There's definitely something not right about him, but I couldn't give you a specific as to why.
He's an asshole.
There is that, yes. It's the same thing that... Yeah, it's the same thing that a couple other people have, that just looking at them,
and what you do is you naturally grow them based on what you feed them, being that type of jellies, being that type of ambrosias.
Without being able to show you what I see, I can't explain it.
No, I believe you.
We'll come up with a name.
I'm certain there's things you know that you can't talk about and things that I know that I can't talk about, and that's just how it is.
And they will hit their first natural evolution now.
Mostly for a lack of words, yeah.
Yeah, I'd believe
Pyre
it.
tells me a lot of things, but if it's something that could endanger me, she will tell me that for my safety, she's not gonna fill me in on the details, just give me a broad scope.
Knowledge can be dangerous when you know it.
Yeah.
That's my entire job.
I know that.
And very prideful. It's an armor thing.
Well,
some doors, when opened, can never be closed again.
Yeah, there's a reason that I am a magic expert, even though I can't use it.
I mean, that's what started me on this path, is I looked into magic because I had to protect people from it. And now look at me, I'm a weird-ass bitchcraft master. Okay, I wouldn't say master. I'm nowhere near a master of magic, but I've done some pretty cool stuff.
I can feel the magic, I just can't access it.
Which is good because Louise hates showers and baths.
Like a door that, you know, is sealed shut and has no handle or key or lock.
All I gotta do is just...
I have to figure out how to open it without a handle. Or
Yeah,
normal method.
I just don't really have that much inherent mana. And everything I've done up to this point doesn't use my own mana. The joys of being a warlock. Easy power at the cost of you become some powerful entity's bitch. But you know.
Apparently, I don't know if it's exactly mana, but apparently have an absurd amount of magic. That's what makes me special.
Makes sense.
At least according to the people who raised me, who I think that is one of the only things they were correct about.
Let me see. Lady Targes can normally produce maidens and lady phases.
Yeah, I don't have any impressive amount of mana, so the fact that I've been able to get this far in magic just shows you, I guess, my ingenuity and creativity.
And
Yippee.
determination and stubbornness.
Yeah, that's mostly it. A lot of the stuff I've learned out of spite and just sheer willpower.
Yeah,
Banging my head against it until I figure it out.
That sounds like you.
Finding a wild Argoness is been classified that we are not allowed to even capture.
Wait, is that everyone that basically?
We're to record.
No, there's a bunch of people outside.
Yeah, there tends to be people that hang out outside for the most part.
I just realized we're over here. There were like a bunch of people by the couches. They're not there anymore.
Yeah, they all left slowly. They trickled out.
They did. Well, to be fair, Ader chased Mori out, and then neither one of them came back.
Yeah.
I would be concerned, except for I'm really not.
I'm not. Ada won't actually do anything permanent to harm them. It's just people being silly, so I'm not worried.
Oh yeah. It's like Felly and her curse of static shock for like 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. You know, some of the crazy stuff that's happened to me wasn't related to me meddling with magic. It was just other forces that I wasn't interacting with magically. Me turning into this was because I put the wrong thing in a centrifuge and spun it too fast.
Did the centrifuge explode?
No, it created an interplanar rift in the middle of it that I couldn't see. And then my hand poked it, and that was why I slowly turned into a disco ball over the course of 2 years.
That would do it.
Yeah.
There's probably hunters who do that.
The most impressive thing I've done with magic was, excuse me. The soul transfers and divinity transfers. That ritual is probably the most impressive thing I've done.
Yeah.
I've only had to do it.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty impressive.
I've only had to do something on that scale once.
Yeah.
I've helped with other rituals, but nothing with that kind of stakes and danger and complexity. Those magic circles took me like 6 hours to put down, by the way, to give you an idea of ritualistic casting allows you to access things without using your own mana, but yeah, and if you make a typo, I fucked up a magic circle before and accidentally summoned an imp in a basement. Don't do magic circles when drunk, terrible things happen. Can't really get drunk easily nowadays, but back when I was an alcoholic, don't mix alcohol and casting. Bad idea.
I think Dylan would agree with that one too. Yeah. If somebody had to inscribe these, it would have taken so long. Especially because they go all the way down my spine.
Oof, yeah. I can do magical tattoos. Not a lot of people request them. They're usually pretty simple in scope as well.
I was supposedly born with these. Pyre's one circle was the result of the thing that let her use magic in the first place. So it was the end of a ritual that appeared.
I hate where this
But
conversation
these,
keeps going back
supposedly
to.
I was born with these.
Huh.
Okay.
They've been there as long as I can remember, so.
I was born this way.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that.
So one of the reasons why insect glaives
Yes, in a sense, I was born this way, if you consider the coming out of metamorphosis as being born a second time in a weird way. I mean, technically speaking, I don't even know. If I think about it too hard, it's like, am I still technically the same person that I was going in if all of my insides were liquidated and then put back together? Am I still technically me?
Yes, because the things that make you you are still intact. Which
In a
is your
sense, yeah.
personality. And your memories.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Actually, hold on.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
I just realized that.
What can I get you today?
Wait a second. I literally have an insect glaive.
What happened to you?
Oh, she got like trampled.
Trampled?
That's the word I was.
Stampeded and trampled.
She
Squished.
has an oxygen bottle on her back. Oh my goodness, Flower.
Vex.
Isn't it so cool?
That's a term for it.
That isn't that. You know what? That's a term for it. And I'm
It's very industrial punk.
Floor. There you go.
Wallflower. What do you want?
It's better than your feet being in the floor. Down just a little.
Oh, you guys have cakes.
Do you want a cake?
What are you getting? I do kind of want a cake.
Yeah, what kind?
We can have a cake.
They're like pre-sliced.
Oh, can I get some of the snowflower tea?
Yeah.
That
What kind of cake do you want?
What kind of cakes do you have?
Let me see. It looks like we got strawberry shortcake, chocolate lava cake,
Strawberry shortcake.
and a strawberry cheesecake today.
Oh, strawberry shortcake, please.
All right. I get that. And I'll get you a little.
Yeah.
So there's that, and the snowflower tea. So that will be 27 total. Anything else?
I will also add just a beer.
All right. So
And
that's
that's
27. Yep.
Oh wait, 27, 37.
37. I was just like, wait a second.
Sorry, 7 more. There you go.
Huh? What about security?
Fuck you, man. How's it going?
Were you calling for security?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Look, I mean, Vic might go and assault Ethan outside, but that's literally because of Ethan doing something.
Well, I heard you come in and heard you yell security. So.
Oh no.
You want me to get the tea together?
Yeah.
Or do we have it pre-made?
Uh.
I'm just gonna make a latte and say it's tea.
No. Just put hot water.
Are you good?
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
How long have you got the apparatus on there for?
I'm not sure.
Who's your
Maybe
doctor?
like half a week. That's what they said. Probably
There you go.
on, like,
Cake, tea, and beer.
Friday, you could probably take it off, I'd imagine.
Good stuff.
I can kind of survive without it for a little bit, but then I start having really bad wheezing and it hurts to breathe.
To be
Low
fair,
oxygen,
she was
yeah.
trampled by Vex. So a
Ooh.
lot of her...
Yeah, I was high over most of the weekend because I had to get treated after fighting Vex, so I get that.
Fair.
It was really bad.
Hopefully she's not gonna get involved if she's in this kind of medical state when the whole big thing happens.
Yeah. No, I've already had a talk with her. We've already talked. You, me, and Divelin have. Worst case scenario, we're gonna get her a long range weapon like a rocket launcher or something and have her stay beside Divelin so she doesn't feel like she's not doing anything.
Be careful if you're doing ranged against the Vex. They can teleport and will teleport next to you.
Huh?
Vex will teleport next to you if you're out of range.
That's why with Divelin and the others.
I will make sure to do the smart thing for you then. Tell you what, since you want to get your get back, right? As a Zephyrian, I know very well about getting get backs. I will make you a scroll of fly so that way you can fly around if something like that happens.
I don't know how to fly.
Huh?
How do we fly? I've never flown before.
You think about it like Peter Pan.
If you've ever flown in a dream, it's probably like that. You just think about it and it happens.
Yeah, it's just like moving normally. Like, look.
You just will yourself in that direction.
And then you just move around. Just like walking in the air, except you don't need to move your feet much. Look, it's either that or I give her a scroll of Misty Step and watch her accidentally go face first into something that way.
Yeah, no, Misty Step's much more dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Fun fact, if you work it out, when you Misty Step, you move the speed of light.
Did we get the cake, by the way?
Sorry. Yes, she
Huh?
gave it to you guys. She gave it to you guys.
Okay.
You guys have your cake.
Yep. Oh, hang on. Do you want a second? Do you want a second fork?
That's true, I could do featherfall
Yep, there you
as
go.
well. That's always a good one.
I'll put it on the plate for you. There you go.
Here. Yeah.
I'll have to give Wallflower, like, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, Ada, did you see my cool new book?
Your cool new book?
Oh.
No. You starting up a grimoire?
Yep.
Nice. Always good. Always good to see people starting to put that up. Personally, yeah, there's a reason I don't, you know, operate on the separate page.
Well, I mean, yeah, but mine, I thought I started summoning it when I was really high over the weekend, and I thought it was I just imagined it because I was high, and then once I stopped being high, I realized it was real. So.
My hope for this time around, maybe
Look, I mean, I've literally heard of someone that's like abused prescription medications to get high, then thought they were playing Clash of Clans for like 8 hours on their phone. Then their phone disappeared, except they'd been downstairs and their phone had been upstairs the whole time. They just imagined playing Clash
At least they had a good time and didn't get into trouble. Look, I didn't try to get high. They were medically treating me, and turns out the thing they did wound up getting me high to nobody's prior knowledge. I had a great weekend, though.
Telling me what that is, just so if I have to treat you for some reason.
Ether.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like anesthesia ether.
No, like what? The like traveler and the stuff that like
Oh, that medical stuff, right?
Like the stuff that my brain is going through all the wrong names for it.
Orion?
No. It's not Ithnaxi.
Here's my idea, right? So
Why is my brain farting so Elixni? Yeah, what they eat.
Yeah, the elixir.
Yeah, they pumped me. They didn't know what to. I was bleeding out, and they didn't know what to give me, so they pumped me full of ether. And apparently that worked, but it also got me really high for several days.
Ah, okay.
I rechecked what I said, and most of what I thought I was telling people I was fine. Turns out I was just repeatedly typing space, period, in all the chats. So I thought I was telling people I was okay, but I wasn't. Yeah.
That's why you typed space in there.
Yeah, that I thought. It turns out I was just really high and convinced I was saying something completely different.
when it comes to insects, what are they
Yep.
really good at?
Fair enough.
Their senses.
Attaching themselves to you, apparently.
So yeah,
That's just.
I almost died on Friday. That was scary, but I lived, bitch.
I had the idea.
Well, I'm glad you didn't die. That would have been bad.
But I lived.
I almost died. I didn't die. It's by a miracle of the universe that nobody died on that, because three of us came very close.
Can't be any worse than the guy that died at the rack on the weekend.
Oh, what happened?
What?
His heart stopped. Oh no, I brought it back. His heart, like, stopped pumping.
He medically died, but he's okay now. Well,
Yeah.
relatively to
Yeah.
being dead.
The AED units are really handy to have access to. Like,
Yeah, I got a really bad
The fun thing was, I had literally just taught a one-on-one class earlier in the day on the basics of the doctor's ABC and how to do CPR.
Yeah, I got an injury and I thought I patched it up, but I didn't realize it was still bleeding, and I wound up almost bleeding out during a big fight, and I was the only person.
So you thought you packed it?
I thought so, but it was a leg injury, and it wound up being more intense than I realized. But I was also treating everyone else who was getting hurt, and it was just one of those things where by the time I noticed it, there wasn't much I could do. So
I still don't know, like, your biology, but, I mean, I will, if I see you hurt, I will do the best I can.
Packing a wound is still the first thing you want to do if I am bleeding out. That's still step one.
Oh, yeah, look, it's tourniquet and pack up. Like, pack you up, move you somewhere, stop you bleeding out, and then stitch up.
Yeah, it's just that I'm made of chitin, so medical, basically you have to glue my stuff together, because stitches don't really work on chitin.
You would be surprised what I could do with a needle and metal thread. The hard part is, you know...
Chitin doesn't bend like that. If it's in between the chitin, you can technically do that, but for the chitin, they make chitin glue, and that's how you treat... It's basically like a form of plugging the hole until the chitin grows.
An adhesive, yeah. I mean, that would also work, true. I mean, it's essentially what you're doing with stitches in general, is just gluing the body together, except, well, holding it there.
Yeah, you can do stitches if I somehow get cut or something in between, but anything that leaves a hole that damages the chitin, there's nothing to pull, because nothing will move like that. It's not like I'm made out of, like, movable skin, so you basically have to plug it with the, and then, if you pack it well enough and it's small enough, it can kind of just plug up on its own, but if it's large enough, you need to use a glue or some sort of sealant.
Ah, yeah. Well, tell you what, I will make sure to, actually... no, we got biofoam coming, so that'll probably work for you, wouldn't it?
Biofoam, yeah, that works.
Yeah, biofoam would work for you. Yeah, no, Cerberus dropped by earlier. And
I've also found in a pinch my silk works, but it dissolves after a couple hours from being useful for that, so it's good in a pinch, but it's better to use an actual bandage. But if I don't have bandages, I can use my silk in a pinch.
I could actually... Normally you tourniquet above or below a wound, but in your case, tourniqueting on the wound for the pressure is actually probably the best thing to do.
Tourniquets, I'm not sure if they work on me or not, because I don't really squish, and I don't have...
Applying the pressure, so it would be like... Think of it as like, say, a cracked pipe, right? And you put the tourniquet over the pipe. It's going to pull it back in again if it's cracked, right? The pressure.
Yeah, but I don't bend very well, and...
Yeah, it wouldn't be the best for you.
And I don't have, like, bone, so I don't really know how my circulatory system would react or work with that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It probably with surface level stuff it would work, but anything deeper, it probably won't. And you don't use a tourniquet for surface level, so I don't know how well that would work. Honestly, plugging the hole is your best bet.
It's just not translating. That was horrible.
Honestly, it probably just comes down to what works in the moment to stop the inside juice from becoming outside juice.
Yeah, that's literally always the medical thing.
Want to see my cool new book?
She likes it. We like to see people with grimoires. Or at least, starting to get grimoires.
I can hit people with it.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
I'm so glad.
I don't hit people with Paige because she hits people back harder than I'll hit them.
Yeah. I don't think Paige will enjoy it either.
With her, she's just like, send them over there. Okay, got it. Direction. What kind of books are you looking for?
We need to get a bunch of posters of Wiccarium staff with their grimoires going, reading is cool, and put them around the library.
Reading's cool.
I know that man's weakness. I exposed it.
Look for the basics of druid magic on the first floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the basics of casting.
Yeah. Working on it. I'll go with them.
Yeah.
I got it. Besides, I was just freaking Jasmine out because apparently when I turn and look, it doesn't turn my whole upper body while I'm sitting.
And I tried to do it, but I can't do it where I am right now because my headset's gonna fuck my hair up, so I can't.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what... Oh. They're piloting a drone. Okay. That explains a lot. Okay.
This is where I can come in and throw in some information and knowledge and things like that.
Anyway, that's been,
Why? You know what you're welcoming upon yourself.
No, it's a drone. I can get away with doing this to a drone, can't I?
Going out with a bang!
Going out with a bang, going out with 6. I'll empty the cylinder. I'll do it. Look, at least it's not me going.
A weak roar,
Huh?
which won't a lot of times.
Actually, to be fair, no, I could do the really bad thing, but I'm not gonna do that to a person yet, even if they are doing a drone. I don't want to disintegrate you.
Yeah, please don't. I don't want to bother Kiko for another one of these.
Yeah, I figured out how to disintegrate things.
This is for all of them, I guess, because I understand.
That's useful.
Kinda, yeah. I disintegrated a couple of, like, big cabal guys. That was fun.
That sounds amazing. I wish I would have seen that.
I've been busy doing things to help out with the whole situation at the bay, so... Yeah.
That's fair. Whatever works.
Hold on a fucking
Yeah,
session. It
no,
actually would
it's
affect
the things we have to do
more,
sometimes.
because you are walking metal. So the
Also, I gotta check something real quick. Okay, so
Yeah, I touched a piece of the Traveler. That was interesting.
Fucking boat as the rest of us.
I hope you asked for consent first.
okay, there we go.
It was stolen. We got it back.
There are gems for
I'm being a little shit. Don't worry about it.
which unfortunately.
I know. Mark. When have you not been a little shit? For as long as I've known you, Marge, when have you not been a little shit?
Because my ears hurt.
I think the answer you're looking for is.
I've had my
I haven't seen
phases.
you grow an inch.
What are you talking about? I'm like 2 inches taller when I became this.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't look like it. I mean, the entire team. No, it's because you don't walk with your heel on your ground anymore. You're more on like toes.
Well, if I walked with my heel on the ground, I'd be like a foot shorter. I don't. My legs are just longer.
No, that's not a foot shorter.
Oh, so here's what you do. Don't look behind you anymore. There we go. Problem solved.
Yeah, look, see, there's the 2 inches right there.
What are you talking about? That's my heel. Are you saying that's my heel? Because I walk with this on the ground.
It's actually healthier.
You walk with that there on the ground, right?
No, this is all on the ground. All of this is on the ground.
Really?
Yeah, technically speaking, that's my heel. Because I'm digigrade.
Well, yeah, because you did. Well, no, like, that's still a joint there at the bottom of the foot, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, that would be the heel where where this toe here is.
I assume that Ader was making you guys something, and then got distracted.
No, they just parked there, and then I came over to call Marge a little shit, and then we got onto the whole height versus biology versus the fact that when she was human versus when she turned into whatever she is now. I get distracted, okay?
Yeah, that happens.
Alright, it's time to pep my girlfriend up with something.
Please don't pepper spray your girlfriend. Don't pepper spray your girlfriend.
I don't carry pepper spray.
Imagine if that was a spell.
I wouldn't hit you with pepper spray.
It's like, I don't cast fireball, but I cast match and hairspray.
Stop.
The intent is to
I can't believe in front of my salad.
Don't talk about what I would do in front of your salad.
Oh, good lord.
Well, the voice in my head.
Obviously.
There's a chance
Yeah,
Thunderbugs could join it.
I wouldn't
Sip.
be surprised if
Slowly.
the endemic life that decides
Strawberry
to
and grapefruit with a tiny sprig of peppermint on top.
That is also another thing.
Ooh, fancy.
There will be an endemic life.
A little sweet, a little sour, and a little bit of something to blend the two together.
There was a magma.
Sometimes I make some weird cocktails, and other times.
Lava lizard.
Look, lucky you've still got your hover thing on. Let me just get my. There. There. Right.
Every interaction happening right now is beyond entertaining.
Well, don't judge. Don't judge, Desmond. Don't you dare.
I found that my tongue has some. I can technically grab some very small bugs out of the air with my tongue. Not because it's particularly sticky, but it's just sticky enough, and if I do it quick enough, I can grab them. I'm not very good at it, though.
See, you can do that.
Protections is that.
And I can do that.
Beginning Druid is a Druid craft.
Alright, 50 credits?
That book. Thank you. We will return it what day?
Week from today.
Yep, 1 week.
Okay. Got it.
Alright.
They do have the automatic teleport built into them anyway.
Yep, that's what I activate. Did you want a bag for that?
No, that's okay.
Alright.
That's what I'm wondering.
I swear. Good question. Huh.
That's a very good question.
There's also some that help with like
there we go.
tremors
See,
and
cute.
whenever the creature slams the ground, they're unaffected, which
Recovery.
Yeah, stuns in recovery. There's even some that make it where whenever I jump in the air, technically, like, my muscles and stuff actually lightly enlarge so I can strike even harder.
You know, I feel like everyone has that thing that if they learn about it and they just keep learning about it and they start just autistically talking about it. And I'm really glad that Vic has found his thing.
I am too.
He does deserve it. Everyone deserves to have their autistic hyperfixation, and I'm so happy for him.
He does.
I'm not. No, I'm saying it as a good thing.
He has multiple. It is a very good thing. I'm doing that because hearing the phrase muscles enlarge, my brain
Swole.
is like, okay.
I don't have muscles. If I work out, it doesn't actually do anything for me anymore because I can't technically get any stronger physically. At least not in a at least as far as I can tell. I don't know how that works. I don't have muscles. And I don't know if working out in theory shouldn't do anything.
Extra boosts, like for instance, right? You are technically mechanical, so
Actually, building muscle works, which is funny.
It's all about bleed.
I mean, I make sure that I stay strong and healthy.
Good.
As I can.
You know how building muscle actually works, right?
Isn't it that you're tearing your muscles apart and then healing them?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have muscles.
And I can't tear mine.
My bones are on the outside. I don't have muscles. I don't have eyes. I don't have ears or a nose. I don't know how anything works in my body.
But it does work, so we just accept it.
It works sometimes, in a way I don't understand. And if it goes wrong, I won't know what to do.
You can still see, hear, and smell, so I wouldn't think too
I don't
hard
know
about it.
how, though.
Okay, here comes more brain rot for you since you finished your drink now. Allow me to show you the
Something to do with the antenna?
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yeah, the antenna, but I don't know how they work. How do I see through them? I don't know. You'd imagine I'd have some weird echolocation or planar sensing, but it's like I'm still looking through my eyes. Like, my vision didn't
Maybe your brain
change.
interprets it that way the same.
That might be the case.
That you're actually interpreting the varying, vibrations and senses and whatnot that antennae usually interpret, but your brain, because it's so used to seeing, hearing, and smelling, interprets it exactly the way it did before.
It's probably the case, honestly.
Marge, I have to send you something as bar, like people that are working in a bar. And every time
What?
Oh boy.
There is 30 minutes left, so the bar's now closed if you guys
Do
want
I need to send it to
leave
Pyre
the bar
too?
area.
Because she's a bartender.
You sent me a video without the... I can't watch the video in the chat. So as far as I know, you just sent me an image of two people with a cocktail.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You'll
Bar's closed.
watching the video. Yeah, you'll end up watching the video.
I will later.
Bar is closed.
Yeah, look. The fact that one of them literally has an entire rotisserie chicken with a straw through it.
Okay, I don't need to know anything else.
You know what? Outside sounds nice right now.
Outside sounds a lot nicer right
Outside
now.
sounds pretty good, yeah. Man,
Anything to not hear rotisserie chicken with a straw in it.
So will she. Give yourselves the credit.
I don't like the conversation I was overhearing in there. How's it going out here?
Not too good. Better.
Not too much better, but it's better than probably whatever got your Jimmy's in a twist. I have no idea what that
Rotisserie
is.
chicken with a straw in it. I got a book now.
Oh, cool! Wow, book.
Yeah, that conversation back in there was probably better.
Yeah, I mean, arguably, I think this is better than listening to that. That's gross as fuck. Rotisserie chicken.
Apparently has to do with barkeep humor.
Yes, have you told Marge?
Nope. Dirge is the only other person I've told.
Is there something you need to tell me?
You might be able to help.
Are you dying?
An estimated timer.
Huh?
Yeah. Estimated timer, 3 years. Or less.
According to what?
Statistics. Specifically, the necrosis that I've got is ever since I was a kid, augmentation, chemicals, etc.
Hmm.
It sounds like her body's fighting her.
Yeah, it sounds like similar to an autoimmune disorder. The easiest solution would be, well, just take you and plop you in a new body. I say easiest with quotation marks. Which I'm not sure you'd be interested in.
That's a route.
It's a route I've taken before, but it's not an easy one.
I need. Moses is stressing about how to tell Lumi. I haven't told him, but they need to have options, you know.
Yeah,
Giving you a new body would be definitely something on the table.
Or trying to fight it magically, or getting gene modification if it's a genetic-related disease.
You know what? In all honesty, while we're in one of the Vex prisons, we can probably see if we can find something. These suckers have things from a ton of different timelines that could possibly help mediate your issue.
There's nothing that your little red friend can't do?
He's prolonged as much as I has. I would have died probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, actually, out of anyone currently as it stands, he's probably the one who has prolonged it the most.
And now I can just...
Is it possible for me to get samples of the necroting? Is it full body or is it starting at certain places?
It's always been full body.
Okay. I probably would need some
Anytime
samples.
I gain a wound, I can't heal it.
I
We
could
can take this somewhere else.
Good idea. There's a couple places we can go.
Take this as like a pre-test, Mose.
Yeah.
There you go.
Would you be willing to give me a couple tissue samples so I could see it and maybe perform some experiments to see if there's anything that we can go the medical route? Is it genetic or is it something that happened to you at some point?
It's genetic. It's been ever since I was a kid.
In that case, it won't be easy to slap a band-aid on it and fix it as it goes on, because chances are, if it's not stopped, it will continue to get worse. It's likely a progressive thing. Gene modification would...
Frostbite in my toes. A good example is when I got frostbite on my toes rotted off, not from the cold and frostbite, but because of the fact that my tissue samples were damaged. And then it started rotting up further, so then I cut them off.
We don't have to leave. We can probably go down, just keep walking down, and there's places to sit. Unless you want.
If you remember when Formula took my hand.
God, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Necrosis spread. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay, I'm technically working for another half hour.
I'll be back in a little bit here, okay? I just need a moment to breathe.
Are they having a private conversation in the middle of a public space?
I don't fucking know.
You're still small. They wanted to take a breather out. They don't really like magic,
Yeah,
so
I figured.
they're elsewhere.
Yeah, I know.
Based on how they described it, it's probably, if it is a genetic thing, they either need gene modification or a new body.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Do what Dirge did.
Well, there's reasons why that's not our first choice.
Yeah. But, I mean, she needs to have options, because she hasn't told Lumi, and Cody just found out, because it just slipped. So.
I also just learned.
Yeah. So it's,
It's a thing. She needs options, and I figured who better than the person who fiddles with stuff on the regular. So.
If there's one thing I've found ways to do, it's getting around the impossible. Not always, with easy answers that make everyone super happy, but,
Yeah.
I figure shit out.
So. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say just keep tabs. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna go check on Dirge and Riel, but if they're having one of them private conversations, I'm just gonna go steal.
Hi.
Hold on, I can find out for you. Hold on.
You can still stick with me. I'm just working for another 20 minutes, so I'm just hanging around.
Finding out, apparently.
Who is that?
I don't know you too well, by the way. Did you have any questions or anything about the Valentis, or need anything?
We should just go and barge in anyways.
Mori has tried to get me settled.
Well, if you ever need anything or have any questions, you can always reach out to me. You don't need to be too intimidated. I'm pretty relaxed as a, I guess, boss.
I cannot feel intimidated.
I forget that.
Not coming back, so I'm going over.
I need to remember that. I have someone else who also, they're organic, but they have a psychological condition that makes it so they can only feel happiness. And sometimes I forget that when talking to them.
Also only feel happy.
Yeah, that's why you mentioned that last time we spoke. So.
Yes.
Well, if you ever have questions or want to understand something, if someone reacts to something that you don't, quite get, I'm happy to talk. I'm usually pretty good at, explaining things. Sometimes. Most of the time. I don't know. Depends on the thing, I guess.
We might have a solution, potentially.
Oh.
Powder and Riel are working on it. And one of my administrator's employees is working on it too.
Yeah, given if it is a software thing, then that's not my world of expertise. Though I'm not exactly trained to help my other friend either.
My personality core.
Something built in, integral to you.
I'm not sure.
Well.
Powder does not think it is important. As it does not have a lot of power running through it.
It's an interesting situation. Were you built intentionally, you think, to only feel happiness, or do you think it's something unintended?
I do not have, or rather, all data on my make and model is restricted.
Ah.
I do not know why I was made or what I was made for.
Huh. That's unusual. But I don't know enough about synths to know what, I guess, would and wouldn't be normal for that situation. Most are pretty upfront about knowing what they're made for.
It seems most do. But I have been told I am very different.
Well, that just means you're unique and have unique needs. But that just means that discovery is more of an interesting journey for you. More to learn.
I am likely a prototype.
That would make sense.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, my friends are there. Hold on.
Hello.
Ader sent me a video of really random and intense cocktails, and then my connection to reality set itself.
Yeah, synthetics and understanding them isn't my forte, so when it comes to emotional problems, I never know if I should approach it the same way I would approach an organic, or if it's something that's more of a software or hardware issue, but...
She didn't do the, well, she might not be here.
I don't know.
Do the,
yeah.
30-minute.
None the same, you're part of the family, and thus, I'm here for you. If you ever need anything, even clothes, a place to live. I know you mentioned that you eat every few days.
Yes.
Yep. But I imagine Mori's been taking good care of you, so.
When she is not, I still try to remember.
Well, if you ever have preferences, let me know. I do a lot of the shopping and budgeting, so knowing what people like makes it easier to shop for everyone. Do certain types of food fuel you more efficiently? Like junk food versus vegetables versus meat, that kind of thing?
I don't know.
Might require some testing then to see which most efficiently fill you. Might be good to know, even if it doesn't change your normal diet in a pinch, if you're ever in a situation where you have to pick carefully. Might be good to know what works best.
Okay.
It's also nice to know how your body works. That's one thing I don't really,
This would be helpful.
I don't really understand much how my form works. I used to be a human up until December, so a lot of how this body functions is very much a mystery to me.
I have only been awake for less than 2 months. More than 1 month.
Well, if you ever want to read or, research anything, I can help you out. I'm always encouraging people to read books.
I would like to continue to learn.
Is there any particular field you're interested in?
I am mostly learning more efficient ways to fight.
Well, that's usually...
That is why I have been trying to sort out the emotions. I was told it might make me not make as good of decisions during combat. If I do not have emotions.
Also, understanding emotion means you can understand your opponent's emotion and use those to your advantage. Whether it's intimidating the opponent or, goading them into fighting with anger to the point where they are making bad moves. It's not just your emotions that you'll understand, but it's others as well.
Okay. Hopefully, Powder and Riel and the other can fix it.
Looking into different species as well might be good when it comes to their biology. Understanding biology is a great way to understand how to take down more dangerous species if you know exactly where to aim.
This is why I have been asking many questions about the backs.
Those glowing white cores are definitely their weakest points.
They have decided to target me, as well as the others.
Correct. Anyone trying to help Bucky is definitely on their shit list. But that's pretty normal for us. We have a habit of taking on powerful enemies and being a threat to them.
I am sure we will work it out.
Do it now. You're very welcome.
No, not the pocket again! No!
Hello, Riel. Oh no.
I can't believe it. They exploded and killed Riel.
Fuck's sake! Killed my girlfriend.
Damn.
That is a very
Shut up,
echoey pocket.
Don't hit him! I mean, I know he's made of paper and he's probably...
He's basically indestructible. You've
He
seen
is.
It. I mean, he's practically...
Return.
He's practically what?
Oh my bad, I'm basically...
Recommend thy flux to leave this woman alone. Return.
Oh, he is title card.
Huh.
Unfortunate. It's too late.
Yep.
Right, anyway.
Oh, is that Maury? Yep.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, she's gone.
She was, dying for a little bit. No, Ethan did. He exploded.
I was explaining to Marge about Riel and Powder and one of my administrator's employees' efforts to fix my emotional problem.
The good people to talk to.
Understand that if he's gonna make himself small, people are gonna do things like put him in pockets.
Genuinely, they're good people to talk to.
I was asking if there was any books they wanted.
I believe creatures would be helpful.
Creatures definitely would be helpful.
I can get you some biology books. Who's firing a gun?
I have been fighting predominantly humanoids.
Something from over there.
If you ever want to study cadavers or any of my research notes, because I've done a lot of autopsies, let me know. Sometimes hands-on on a corpse can be very helpful.
I have no idea where it came from. But it felt like it was inside
I would not be able to feel them, but seeing it would be important.
Identifying different, parts of the body and actually seeing what the insides look like, and instead of just in a diagram, being able to see it in scale in front of you is sometimes very helpful. Yeah, just stop by the magic base anytime and you can borrow my books and I can show you some of the cool stuff I have in little jars.
Nothing happened.
I would like that.
I'm hallucinating explosions again.
Anytime.
Yeah.
This happens sometimes.
I am going to see a dead body.
Where?
At the magic base.
They want to learn how to fight better, and I think learning anatomy of different things is probably a good idea. Sometimes,
Definitely would be.
and I've done a lot of autopsies, and that definitely helped me a lot when it comes to fighting. I have a very good idea of what the insides of things look like.
For me, it's just as simple as shoot for the shiny thing or go for the head.
Yeah. But sometimes the head is inaccessible, so...
Yeah.
It's also good for medical. That's why I eventually realized that I should probably have some medic training. Because if you know where the good spots are to hit deal damage, then you also know the bad spots if someone gets damaged, what to look for first.
Oh.
She's got a point.
Yep. I'm a pharmacist.
Pharmacist.
Marge, you have the best
I'm a
word of
healer,
everything.
That's because I steal all these terms from things I say and go, I like that word, I'm gonna steal it. Bitchcraft, pharmacist. I never made those.
This is a good one
but
too.
And then also, once you have your full range of emotions, you'll probably also develop other interests as well. Hobbies.
What are hobbies?
Hobbies are various activities that don't make you necessarily stronger or gain profit, but are things that make you happy or calm or content. Things that are good for your emotions and help you explore more of the emotional side of existence rather than simply what's about surviving. Things like when some people paint or make music or collect things that make them happy. Maury likes video games, for example. I play piano. Things like that, where they aren't necessarily, things that help us survive, but they're things that make us, particularly happy, that interest us, that make our brains, light up a bit.
Somewhat.
Hmm.
That's how I like to see it. If you keep your brain occupied with something that you enjoy, you tend to not freak out as much. Don't feel as anxious or as, stirred in the mind. Why I like Comrade so much. I desire to be a Comrade.
I maybe will understand better when I have emotions.
Most likely. Some hobbies also have to do with people's dreams, and even if they can't attain a dream as like their career, for instance, some people may still like things like carpentry or creating something, even if they know it'll never be their career. It lets them, still do that action and enjoy themselves.
What is a dream?
Dreams have a couple different terms. One description of dream is lots of organics and some synthetics, when they are in a state of rest, they can enter a state where their brain goes into a type of activity known as REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep, because your eyes tend to move a lot during it. Generally, when that happens, the brain creates vivid hallucinations of strange instances or just nonsensical situations. But another term that dream is used for is for someone's deep aspirations, something they're hoping for and striving to achieve, something they wish would happen in the future. It's something that they desire, but not in a...
Do not have desires, at least beyond the requirements set for me. My administrator requested for me to learn and survive. Thus, that is what I am doing. But I have had the hallucinations while charging.
Then that is that first term of dreaming. Yeah, most of the time you won't remember all of them, but sometimes you'll still remember parts of them. Sometimes they're very weird and nonsensical, other times they can have greater meaning to something going on that you may not be aware of in your head. Some people have magic dreams that can predict the future and stuff like that. But most of the time it's just people having their brains doing a little funny and they hallucinate. But
And then there's the fun dreams that are memories.
ooh, yeah, reliving something.
Ooh. Spooky. I don't really dream that much.
I used to dream. Now, whenever I sleep somewhere, I have dreams about the place that I'm sleeping. Every single night.
Huh.
Yeah. Since I sleep in the same place, most of the time it's very boring.
Well, you know what? That's probably for the best.
Yeah, no trauma dreams, which is kind of nice.
At least you know if something's coming, probably?
No, it tends to be like the past of the place is what I've figured out.
Ooh, that's fun. Free history lesson?
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to decipher sometimes. But usually it's only the place where I'm living, so and most of that has been abandoned for a long time, so it's not super interesting.
It's kind of empty.
Will be closing in about 5 minutes. So if you could wrap up your conversations, that would be wonderful.
I am going to
hope you all enjoyed your visit today. And I hope we'll see you all
ask
again
Powder
soon.
and Royale if they are both still over there.
See you all at the
But
end.
they want to
Have a wonderful night and stay safe.
urge you.
I've definitely had scary dreams about places, which would just mean something bad happened in the past. But most of the time it's just kind of the place slowly decaying over time.
I've noticed that places where really bad things happen, bad things tend to continue to happen in some of them. It's weird.
In a sense, it depends on the reasoning. Unless you're referring to the entirety of Zafira, which I'm convinced is just straight up cursed.
Well, yes, Zafira is cursed. No, I was referring to, like, a house that has a long history of people being violently murdered in it.
Well, if people
keep happening.
weren't being murdered, then nobody would pay attention. It's confirmation bias.
It is confirmation
Unless
bias,
the place is
but
just straight up
also understanding
haunted,
it happened.
which can happen, but that won't be the most situations. I have been in a house where that was haunted once, but
80% of people I encounter have zero survival instinct.
Yeah, that's
you'd
fair.
think so, yeah.
Even Pyre agrees that a lot of them don't. She's told me before. She can name. I think she and I can name like 4.
I think I have good survival instinct.
Yes, you also stuck your hand in a
It was invisible, and thus I didn't know it was in there.
You know what? Fair enough. It's a very short list, I think is the point I was getting at. It's a very short list.
I mean, you could say any scientist that is studying something that could potentially be dangerous as no survival instinct, but then there's a lot of important things that would never have been discovered. There are scientists that go down...
how they're studying it.
Exactly. Like, Marie Curie did technically die for her science, but at the time she didn't know about the dangers of what she was studying. There are cases of, people studying nuclear energy that died from that. There's cases of volcanologists dying when they get a little too ballsy with studying a volcano. Yep. But also, there's plenty in those, there's a lot of people in those studies that also are just fine.
I think we bored Maury. Yeah, no. I'm referring to people who have 0 survival instinct are the ones that go, I'm gonna poke a bear with a stick and see what happens.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I want to poke a bear with a stick, but I'm gonna do so from this impenetrable box with a remote-controlled arm holding a stick.
The difference between fucking around and science is writing shit down, so if you die fucking around, the next person can review your results.
Yeah, typically you take precautions as best you can to not die.
Correct.
Typically.
And then you have the people with what's it called, Devil's Core? The Demon Core.
Yeah.
Those people, unfortunately, they did wind up hurting other people too, but when those things happened to those people who were actively messing with it, it was kind of Darwinism in that case. Oh, they're dying. Unless I'm dying. No, they're dying. Oh no. Well, it's closed, so I guess I'll just, I don't think I got him.
Well, you're a grown woman. If you decide to go out there and do this, that's...
We're closed. I'll beat you with this book if you don't leave. Whoa.
Yeah, man. Whoa. Look, I trust you. Alright, just be careful. That's all I'd ask.
You ready?
I'm there and get a book.
Oh, that's fair. I get that.
Yeah, totally forgot.